Well, good morning, y'all. It's been too long, but we're back.
We're back.
It is 2:02 a.m. We are heading up just outside Kernville to a trail that is my namesake, Powers Peak. Should be fun. All Trail says it's a 4.8 difficulty out of 5, so we haven't hiked in 10 months. So we're gonna find out how this goes, but it should be a great time. All right, see you on the trail. Catch ya. All right, y'all, here we are. Ship's right there. We are at the start of Powers Peak in Kernville. It is just after 4:30 a.m. And this trail is about 10 miles long. It's an out and back, obviously, and just over 3,000 feet of elevation gain. It'll probably take us about 5 hours. Ship says forever, so somewhere in between there. All right, y'all, we're going to try to give a few more updates as we're going up this trail. We are half a mile in, just under 300 feet of elevation gain, about 13 minutes we've been going so far. So it's actually about a normal pace. There was just one little part that was a bit steeper initially there on the first part of this trail, but not bad. We do feel like we are getting into our trail bodies again. So slow moving, but we feel pretty decent. All right, see you back on the trail. All right, y'all, it is 5 a.m. We are a mile in. That is about 508 feet of elevation gain. We've been going for about 26 minutes, which is actually pretty good. You know, it's a decent pace for first of the season and not being in great hiking shape right now. And we're feeling pretty all right. We are this year, within the last 3 or 4 weeks, we started a keto diet, and Chip has a bag full of hard-boiled eggs with him. So
that's my trail snack. Not recommended.
He's having a lot of fun. All right, we'll see you back on the trail. All right, y'all, here we are, a mile and a half in. We are at about 770 feet of elevation gain. It is 5:14 a.m. We've been going for about 40 minutes. I'm feeling pretty all right. We hit really the first little downhill section, moving our way behind this peak. And then we still got a ways to go. All right, see ya. All right, y'all, 2 miles in. It is 5:28 a.m. We are just over 2 miles in. I'm just under 1,000 feet of elevation gain. It is, at least for me, I think Chip would agree, it's already starting to warm up, or at least feel warm up. It's relatively cool, but when you're moving, you start heating up pretty quickly. So I'm feeling pretty warm. Trail has been okay, a couple of downhill sections, and we are making our way around to get towards the other side of this mountain to get to the peak. But we are feeling pretty decent, right, Chip? He's behind that Shekinah right there.
2 miles in, 2 eggs down. I got 3 more to go. We're gonna keep you tracking this.
That's right. Egg talk. All right, y'all, we are 2.5 miles in. It's starting to get a little bit steeper. We're coming up on some switchbacks here pretty soon. We are at an hour and 10 minutes of walking, hiking, and we are at just over 1,200 feet of elevation gain, and making some decent time. We'll take a little bit of a break at 3 miles and get some nutrition back in us and rest a little bit, and then after that, just really a couple more miles to the top. All right, see you on the trail. All right, y'all, we are at 3 miles. We are 16.5 thousand feet of elevation gain. We've been 16.5 hundred.
We did not climb 16,000 feet
of elevation gain. We have been going for about, what does it say? Almost like an hour and a half. It's about 6 in the morning. You can see the sun has basically risen. It's still not over the ridge. We're gonna take a little bit of a break right now. We know once that sun comes up, it's gonna get fairly warm. I think we're going somewhere behind that. I don't think that's quite the peak right there. It's too close. We still got a couple miles to go, but I think we're gonna go around that, and then there's gonna be another peak back there. Cool. Chip, how you feeling?
Pretty good today.
Great. All right, let's
Still
get
got
to
3
it.
eggs.
All right, y'all, we are at 3.5 miles, almost 2,000 feet of elevation gain. If all trails is correct, you know, we have about 1.5 miles to get to the top. We've been going, like I said, for about 2 hours. It is 6:28 a.m. and feeling pretty decent. There's supposed to be like a small little death mile in this section somewhere where it's like 700 or so feet of elevation gain in that mile. I don't think we've hit it yet, but maybe in the next half mile we'll see it. So, all right, see you on the trail. All right, y'all, that is 4 miles and just over 2,300 feet of elevation gain. We have been going for 2 hours and about 9 minutes, and between 3.5 and 4 miles is when we hit the little mini death mile here. So we felt that elevation fairly significantly. We're doing okay, but it was a little bit more tiring. Yeah. But we are about 1 mile from the top. That isn't the top, but where's that? But it looks pretty cool. The top is behind me somewhere over there. Maybe behind that mountain, or maybe it is that mountain. Chip, how you doing?
I no longer have eggs. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, Chip. All right, y'all, we are at 4.37 miles, so not finished with this next half mile in this section, but we are going to the top over there. Probably where the sun is at is where the trail's gonna end, but we gotta go up. All right, y'all, from 4.37 miles to 4.5, that was the death portion, at least the short but steep section. It was pretty high incline. Check on all trails what that degree of incline is, but it was steep, short, hard, and it looks like we have to get to the top another section over there. And so we're not quite done yet. We got half a mile left about. It was a nice, cool morning, but we've got some local forest fires in the area, and so a little smoky. So you kind of feel that in your lungs a little bit. And then we're really trying to beat the sun because we have a heat advisory. It's supposed to be 101 today where we're at. So we're trying to really beat the clock. As you can see, the sun's just peeking up and I already hate it. So we got another little bit of a death climb. And then hang out at the peak too long. Yeah, we're not gonna hang out at the peak too long just because we wanna get back home in the air conditioning and all that stuff. So once again, be smart when you guys are out here. Bring plenty of water. We packed really heavy water today, so be smart, stay safe. Go get to the top. Some maneuvering here at the very top. The trail's not as well maintained. Ooh, that's a big booty shot of Chip.
Is the shot big or is my booty big?
That's open to interpretation.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, here we are at the top of Powers Peak. We are at, it's just over, All Trails is putting it at just under 3,000 feet of elevation gain. Or at least the map right now, I think it actually is at 3,000 or so, a little bit above it.
But we still have some climb on the way back too.
Yeah, we're at 5,778 feet of elevation. Powers Peak, so we share a last name up here, and we'll share a little more at the top. Honestly, a decent trail, got a little difficult at the end.
Yeah, I really like the way that when you work hard, you get kind of rewarded with a little bit of some leveling off. But those last two death stretches, they're sandy and slippery, so be careful.
Yeah, we think it's going to be a little bit technical is a gracious word for going down. We want to make sure we don't snap any bones or anything, but we're going to take just a little bit of a break. That sun has come out and it's going to start warming things up, but we're going to eventually here make our way back down. Hey Chip, you have anything to say?
I have one thing to say. We hike so you don't have to.
Gotcha. Look at that big old fatty black lizard.
It's a sun-baked lizard.
The sun-baked lizard.
All right, everybody, you know what time it is. My favorite time of the hike.
That's right.
We live for the descent over here. Looking forward to this one, although I gotta be very, very careful when it comes to this technical part, but you know, live for the descent.
All right, y'all, we're on our way back down. And I should have taken a little bit of video on the way up to show you, but we are making our way down.
Walking fast.
The first part here, that is actually fairly treacherous. Sorry to move the camera around. Going skiing, boys!